started in a standing position today, so I'm actually switching it up today. Come to standing at the top of your mat. We're going to do a Vinyasa style practice, but again, honoring the fact that this was a 26 and 2 class. It was Darlene's class, and she just needed me to sub this week. So we're going to do some flowing and also incorporate some of the postures from the 26 and 2. So it'll be, if you were here on Wednesday, it'll be pretty similar to the class that we did on Wednesday. Starting just in a standing position, you can bring your big toes together to touch, your heels slightly separated. Maybe you even like to join the heels, or you can even just separate the feet like this. Maybe hip width distance, maybe even a little bit wider. The further your feet are away from one another, the more stable your foundation will be. So the easier it is to balance, the further the feet are away. And then the closer the feet come in, the more difficult the balance gets. So just take what you need this morning. Let's take a big breath in, shrug the shoulders up towards the ears, and then exhale, pull them back and down the back. Good, relaxing the arms. We'll take 2 more like that. Inhale, shoulders up, back, and then exhale, relaxing them down. Feel space across the chest. 1 more. Nice. Close down the eyes. A few moments of just mindful breathing, mindful presence to help us get into our bodies and get into this space before we begin moving. So just at a first glance, what do you notice when you scan the body or when you scan the energy? Maybe you notice you feel tired, you feel maybe excited and happy, ready to go. Maybe you notice any spots of tension or tightness in your body. Just anything at all. What comes up when you think of being present, being with your body in this moment? What's the first thing that speaks to you? Just notice that. Greet it with breath, inhaling and exhaling through the mouth or through the nose. Good. Relax your face here. So allowing the eyebrows to separate, allowing the jaw to unclench. The skin spreads across the forehead, so relaxing the face. Then keeping your face relaxed, try to keep your mind, your energy present. Let's begin to shift the weight around underneath the feet. So slowly, just leaning a little bit forward, feel some more weight in the balls of the feet, maybe even in the toes. And then very slowly pass through center, shift some extra weight into the heels, leaning slightly backward. And then take a few moments just alternating between the two. So you lean forward, slowly passing through center, lean back. And coming forward, passing through center, leaning into the toes, and then gently back. And notice what it feels like the moment that you pass through center. So can you notice that split second when you feel perfectly balanced, perfectly stable? Good. Next time you come through center, stop there. And let's go right to left. So shifting some weight into the pinky side of your right foot, that right edge of the right foot. And then again, coming back through center, shifting weight now into the left foot. Nothing big here, nothing crazy. We're just feeling. Inhale, come through center, go to the other side. Good. And again, can you notice the split second, the moment when you're completely centered, when you're passing through that neutral point? Good. Take a few more rounds, alternating the weight from left foot to right foot. And then when you're come through center, go ahead and stop there. And take a big inhale, reach your arms up overhead, keep your eyes closed. And exhale, draw the hands down through the center channel. Anjali Mudra, you can flutter open your eyes, welcome yourself to the space, notice the colors that you see, the sounds that you hear, and welcome to class. Thank you for being here. Namaste. I'm super, super excited to be here this morning. We'll do what we did on Wednesdays, starting with some sun breaths. So nice and easy, nothing too crazy, too fast, just linking the movement with the breath. I'm gonna separate my feet for this one. You can do what you like. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And then exhale, nice and easy, just let the arms fall down. Good, and that's it. Pretty straightforward. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, you can even visualize pushing the walls away from you as you make your way down. Good, a couple optional add-ons if you like. As you inhale, you reach up. You can bring the palms to touch and look at where the thumbs touch. Look at where the thumbs meet. And then exhale, as your hands come down, so does your gaze, just looking straight forward. All right, inhale, reaching up. Maybe the palms touch, and maybe you look right at that spot where the thumbs meet. And exhale, relaxing the arms. Good. Let's deepen the breath. So even if you have to go a little bit faster than I do or a little bit slower than I do, link the movement with your breath and fill your breath to the very top as you inhale. And then as you exhale, make sure to push every drop of air out. So really take your time. Allow your breath to guide the movement, more so than my voice. Good, we'll do about 5 more rounds. Again, deepening with each breath. If you like, you can inhale, look up, reach up, come onto the tippy toes, getting even more activation. And then exhale, look forward, hands down, heels down. Good, a few more. Big inhale, see if you can feel the belly, the ribs, the chest. Keep the shoulders down as you reach all the way up. And exhale, nice and slow, nice and soft. Pull the belly button towards the spine to empty out every drop of air. Good, 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one is the deepest breath you've taken yet. Take your time, there's no rush. Inhale in, once you think your lungs are full, take in just 5% more, another little sip at the very top. Hold for a moment, and then when you're ready to exhale, do it slow and controlled, so we're not pushing out all the air at once, but it's a nice, even, steady exhale all the way out to the very, very, very bottom of the breath. Good, and then allow your arms to rest. Seal the lips, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. We'll try to do this ujjayi, so breathing through the nose, for the rest of class as best we can. All right, we'll take Ardha Chandrasana, big side body stretch. This one is a really good pose for early in the morning, and it's also a really good pose to begin warming up the body here at the beginning of class. It'll bump up the heart rate. It increases the circulation through the whole body. As we hold the arms up overhead, the heart really has to work to send the blood up into the arms. So we're really going to get working here, but it's a pretty straightforward and simple pose. So it's not too complicated, but the benefits are numerous. You can keep your feet as they are. I'm going to step my feet back together for this one. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Go ahead and inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And you can find any grip of the fingers that feels good. Maybe steeple grip, or maybe just grabbing hold of one wrist or anything else. Let's take a few tick-tocks to start. So just sort of feeling out the range of motion. Tick-tock to the left and to the right. Good, and And then maybe you even draw a couple circles, incorporating some back bending into it if you like. Nice. When you feel ready, come back to your center. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. So can you spin the triceps forward, elbows forward, and with that, the shoulders come down away from the ears. It's that external rotation. Line up the legs, pull up on the kneecaps, take a big breath in, and then as you exhale, stay lifted in both side bodies, just leaning a little bit over to the right. We're gonna push the hips, the left side of the hips slightly to the left, and then the right arm can pull the left arm up and over towards the right upper corner of the room. See if you can look straight forward or maybe even slightly upwards. Lift the chin slightly. See if you can get lots of space around the throat and the neck. Again, the shoulders are down away from the ears. Peel this left arm over and open so the heart is shining straight forward. Biceps right by the ears. Now pull the belly button towards the spine. It's a strong core, and we protect the lower back with that strong core. So tightening the core and then tucking the tailbone under. Push the hips slightly forward to work to eliminate the curve in the lower back. Good, we're in the home stretch here. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, do so. Push the hips to the left, lean to the right. Strong core, steady breath for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, draw yourself up, and then see if you can keep your arms up as you exhale. Second side, inhale to prepare, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, take that length up and over to the left. So we're not collapsing in the left side body, but rather lengthening through both right and left sides. You can really feel the stretch on this side on the right, so really tune into it. Feel it in the armpit, in the ribs, down the side of the waist, the hip. Maybe you even feel it into the right arm and the right leg. Keep breathing with sound, listening to that sound to help you stay present. Lifting the chin just slightly, looking straight forward, strong legs, tucking the tailbone, strong core. Very nice. Now inviting a little bit more depth if you wish. Hips to the right, and then the left arm pulls the right arm up and over for 3. Keep breathing for 2 and 1. Inhale, draw yourself up. Let's take it back bend. I'm going to cactus this morning. You can keep your arms up if you like, maybe behind the head, even at the lower back, whatever works for you. We're just going to take one set of this back bend today, so make it nice. We don't want to crunch in the lower back, rather try to feel some bending in the upper back, the thoracic spine. So pushing the hips forward, again, the core is engaged. Try to lengthen out of the low back and just bending slightly backwards with the upper back. You can look up, maybe you let the head drop all the way back. Keep your legs straight and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Inhale, come up, reach up, and then exhale, dive down. Let's take a forward fold. Good. Letting the hands touch the ground. Walk out the legs a little bit. You might even take a nice deep squat here to release the low back. And then we'll set up for really any forward fold. So if we were going to do traditional 26 and 2 style, we would take the toes and heels together and scoop up the heels from behind, wrap the forearms around the calves. You can feel free to take that if you feel ready, if that feels like it would serve you. Or you can separate the feet maybe about hip width distance. You can grab hold of the big toes. You can slide the hands underneath the feet from the front. Or maybe you just hang out in a sort of ragdoll position. It really doesn't matter. The bind here, so that taking the hands to the feet and using your strength to pull yourself deeper is really not the goal here. The goal here is just to decompress the vertebrae. So getting a little more space in between each of the bones of the spine. That's what we're going for. So if that means you like to hang heavy, or maybe you find the benefit of using your arms to pull yourself deeper, whatever works. Just focus on letting the spine decompress, specifically relaxing the head and the neck. When we relax the head, that's like 10 to 15 pounds just pulling on the spine. So it's a nice weight to help the vertebrae decompress from one another. Good, finding movement or maybe stillness. Bending the knees as much as you need. Try to connect the belly onto the thighs. That helps to decompress the low back. We'll take one more breath here. Full inhale. Stay here for the exhale. Make the most of it. And then release your hands from underneath your feet. Inhale, take a halfway lift. So your hands are going to come to your shins or fingertips. Really peel your heart space forward so it's almost like a back bend. Shoulders back. Thinking of a flat spine. Take another inhale here. And then exhale. Down you go. Forward fold. Letting your head release. Good. We'll take one more halfway lift. Inhale, hands to fingertips or shins. Shoulders back, heart reaching forward, head up. Exhale, forward fold. Now coming all the way up to standing. Inhale, rolling yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Chin is the last thing to lift. You can reach the arms up. And exhale, relax the arms by your sides. Good, we'll take one sun salutation to rinse out that first little set of postures, and then we'll move on to chair pose. So inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, cast the sternum forward and down. So we're keeping the spine real long as we fold, hands to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips or shins, shoulders pull back. And then exhale, planting the hands, step the feet back to a nice high plank position. Engaging your high plank here. So there's no bend in the knees, the legs are straight, unless of course you need the knees on the ground. That's totally a viable option. That's beautiful. Good. Push the ground away from you so that the back of the shoulders is flat. There's no dipping, there's no U shape behind the shoulders. Big inhale, push the ground away. Exhale, lower down for chaturanga, elbows in, or you can come all the way to the belly. And then inhale for upward facing dog or baby cobra pose, a nice little back strengthener. And then exhale, downward facing dog, taking it over the toes, lifting the hips, grounding through the hands and through the feet, and listening to the breath. Good, deepen the breath. One more breath here, nice and slow. Full inhale. Stay here for the exhale. At the bottom of the exhale, look forward and begin to journey towards the top of the mat. You can take a walk, maybe you just take one big step, or maybe you hop. And then once you're there, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, come all the way up, reaching up, looking up. Exhale, Samasthiti, standing at attention, relax. All right, we'll do Utkatasana now, chair pose. And I'm going to stay facing the side so you can see the profile of each pose. We're going to do Utkatasana A, B, and C. So traditional to 26 and 2, we're going to do the 3 variations. Start with your feet hip width distance. All 10 toes point straight forward. So we're not pointing the toes out or in. Really check in. Make sure the feet are parallel. That's something that happens more than you would probably think in a yoga class. A lot of people standing with their feet out of whack. So check in. Make sure you have them lined up. And then inhale, take the hands to shoulder height. Pull the shoulders back. Good. Another inhale, lift the chest. And then keep the chest lifted as you bend your knees. Stick your butt back. Chair pose. Utkatasana A. This one is the only variation where we don't have a flat back. So we're thinking of a back bend here. Really stick the butt out. Feel the bend in the lower back specifically. And then as you lift the heart, you can begin to feel it into the upper back as well. Sitting a little bit lower, make sure you can see your toes in front of your knees. Good. Keep breathing. Relax the face for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come up onto your tippy toes now. Good, so lifting the heels high off the ground. Find something to look at here. That'll help you balance. And this is what the spine looks like for this pose. So we're not going to lean forward, we're not going to lean back, but keep the shoulders directly above the hips. Maybe that means you stay right here, or if you like, if you feel ready, begin to poke the knees forward. Again, not leaning forward with the upper body, just the knees poke forward. Keep leaning back with the shoulders so the spine is long. The pose is about the feet, so lift those heels. Breathe with sound for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come up, tippy toes. And then exhale, relax the heels down. Keep the arms strong. See if you can zip up your fingers. Engage all the way through the hands. Really, really strong arms. You might even feel some burning in your shoulders. That's good. We're almost done. Inhale. Knock the knees together. Utkatasana C. And then again, squeeze the inner thighs. Let the heels pop up off the mat. You can stay right here. Or if you like it, if you feel ready to go, keep leaning back. So we're not leaning forward, just squeezing the inner thighs to lower yourself down. And then your spine is still straight up and down, perpendicular with the floor. Steady gaze to help you balance, steady breath to help you focus. Squeeze the inner thighs for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly, release your way up. Good, relax your arms, step your feet together. Find stillness for a breath or 2. Just inhaling, exhaling. Feel the arms, feel the legs. Good, another salutation to rinse it out. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Good, let the head go. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, that's our halfway lift. So uncoil from the tailbone all the way through the crown of the head. Plant the hands, exhale, step or hop back to high plank. So this is the top of a push-up. Stay here, inhale, and then exhale, make your way down. Slow and controlled. Inhale, upward facing dog. Big back bend, keep your legs strong. And then exhale, downward facing dog, stepping and rolling over the feet, lifting the hips. Again, spread those fingers real wide. Push the hands into the mat. It's like you're trying to push your weight back into your feet. Try to push the hips back above the heels, using the strength. The hips obviously won't come above the heels, but just visualizing that. Push the hips back. Good, deep and slow breathing. Take one more full inhale. Stay here for the full exhale, breathing all the way out. Good, look forward, inhale, ride the breath forward. See if you can come to halfway lift in the same inhale. So you step, walk out forward, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, forward fold. Good, inhale, come all the way up, reaching the arms up. Let's move right into eagle pose. So swing the right arm underneath the left, finding your mat for eagle pose. Garudasana. You can look something like this, hand to shoulder, or maybe hand to hand for your eagle pose. Now just like chair, inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, bend the legs, and then the right leg will come up and over. Squeeze the legs together. Squeeze the arms together. We're not here long, so make it really strong. Sit low in the standing leg and breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, release arms and legs, reaching up. Exhale, other side. Left arm swings underneath the right. Establish the grip in the upper body. Inhale. Exhale, down, bend the legs, and then the left leg will come up and over, wrapping maybe once, maybe twice. Again, looking straight forward. Steady gaze will help you balance. Listen to the breath. And then focus on the compression of the joints. So squeeze the legs together to get the hips, the knees, the ankles. Squeeze the arms together to get the shoulders, elbows, and wrists. For 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale to release, reaching up. Let's go right into a flow. Exhale, forward folding Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, planting the hands. You know where to go. Step the feet back. Engage your high plank first. Really hanging out here. Strong high plank. With an exhale, keep your elbows in towards your ribs as you lower down for Chaturanga Dandasana. Flip to the tops of the feet. Keep the legs strong. Lift head and chest. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. Good. If you need to drop to a child's pose, please feel free. We'll take maybe about 30 seconds here, just resting in down dog or child's pose. Take a splash of water if you need. Just breathe. Good. If you're in child's pose, come back to downward dog. Spreading the fingers, and then from down dog, take a big inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Good. Look forward, inhale. Come forward to the top of the mat. Come to a halfway lift, lengthening the spine. Really feel the length. And then exhale to forward fold. Good. Root to rise, push the feet down. Inhale, up you go. Reaching the arms, looking up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Good. We'll do a condensed balancing sequence and then join it up with some of the separate leg postures. So we're going to start balancing on the left leg, and then we'll do everything to the right. So I'm going to come over to this side. You'll just stay at the top of your mat and shift the weight into the left foot. And as you shift the weight to the left, we don't want to see the hip jutting out to the side. So just keep that foot pushing down and keeping the hip in towards the body. It's a strong, engaged left leg as you begin to balance on it. And then we'll take the right knee up in line with the hip. Good. You can stay right here. We're going to take all 3 of the balancing poses on the same side without touching the right foot down. So just find, if that is like pushing you past an edge, then just stay here. You don't need to find the full expression of the poses, just finding the foundation. If you want to go for standing forehead to knee, take a big exhale, pull the belly button towards the spine as you loop all 10 fingers underneath the sole of the right foot. You can stay right here. If you're standing really straight and strong, go ahead and extend your right foot straight forward for 3, 2, and 1. Now bend the knee and come back up to that single leg lift. Good. Let's transition now to standing bow-pulling pose. So this right leg is going to come back. See if you can get the big toe side of the foot, the inside edge of the foot, with all 5 fingers of the right hand. And the elbow, the shoulder, the wrist are all opening towards the right. Reach the left hand up. Good. Steady your gaze to help yourself balance. You can stay right here, or if you want to go for the full expression, begin kicking your right foot into your right hand, stretching the front side of your body for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come back up, knees come together, and then come to your standing single leg lift. Good, we'll transition through Warrior 3 or Tula Dandasana and come to a lunging position. So, hands and heart center to start. Begin leaning forward, push this right leg back. Tula Dandasana, if you want, you can reach the hands forward for 3, 2, and 1. Now bend the standing leg and touch the left foot down back behind you for a lunge position. Whew, that was a lot. Good job, y'all. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, open up to warrior 2 with your left leg forward. Good, facing the right side of the mat. Nice. We'll go into Trikonasana from here, triangle pose. Inhale, reach forward. And when you can't reach anymore, turn the palms to face in front of you, and then tick-tock the arms to 6 and 12. Good, look up at the top hand if that's okay for your neck. If it doesn't feel good for your neck, you can look down at the bottom hand. Ignite your breath here, ignite your back leg. Tighten the core, push the hips forward, and open through the chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come back to warrior 2. Straighten the left leg and pivot the left toes to face the side of your mat. Good, so all 10 toes point forward. Now bring your hands to your hips. We'll keep them here for this first set. Keep the hands on the hips. Inhale. And then exhale, forward fold. So you can notice your sits bones working, pushing back in space. That's okay. Feel the stretch in the backs of the legs, maybe even on the inner thighs. See if you can point your elbows towards the ceiling, elbows up. All right, take a full inhale, stay down in your fold. Stay here for the exhale, and then pull up on your kneecaps. Strong legs. Inhale, lift yourself all the way up. Nice and slow. Real nice. And then pivot the right or the left toes. Bend to the left knee. Warrior 2. Good. Look right over those left fingertips. Find a deep lunge. You can widen your stance if you need and lunge really deep. Feel it in the hips. You're opening, stretching the hips. Strong back foot pushing down through the pinky side of the foot for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reach your arm up. And then exhale, circle the hands to touch down on the mat. And step the right or the left foot back and do an optional vinyasa flow. So you can move through that chaturanga, upward dog, meeting back in downward dog. Or if you like, you can just skip it and meet us in down dog. All right, let's transition with breath back to standing. So find an exhale, really finish the exhale in down dog. When an inhale comes, ride that inhale forward, stepping or hopping to halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Good, inhale, come all the way up, reaching the arms up, looking up. And samasthiti, relax. Good, now take a moment just to scan the body. See if you can notice any little differences between the right and left side after we did all of that on one side and not yet the other. Maybe you notice something big, maybe you don't notice anything at all. All right, other side. I'm gonna switch it up so you can still see me. But you just stay right at the top of the mat. Shift the weight into your right foot. And as you do that, maybe you can take your hands to your hips. Don't let your right hip pop out to the side. So as we balance on the right foot, we want both hips to stay even, bringing the left knee up to the height of the hip. Good, find your steady gaze. I challenge you to keep your eyes focused on the same point for the whole time you're balancing on this leg. Can you focus those eyes? Stay here, or if you went for the full variation on the first side, take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, hollow out the low belly as you round down upper body over that lifted left foot. And releasing the fingers underneath the foot. Standing leg is straight and strong. If everything checks out, if you want to keep going, inhale, left leg straight forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, And one, exhale, bend the knee, reach yourself up. Good, keep balancing if you can, shifting to dancers or in bow pulling pose. Left foot comes back, left hand catches the big toe side of the left foot with all 5 fingers. Keep the elbow and the wrist open. Knees come together and then the right arm reaches up. Good, the gaze is focused, the breath is steady. Stay here or begin to pull your bow, kicking your foot into your hand, stretching the front side of the body, feeling the skin become a little more elastic across the front side. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift yourself up, back to that single leg lift. Hands come to heart center. So the leg is out in front of you, knees at the height of the hip. Hands at heart center. Let's shift to Tula Dandasana, balancing stick or warrior 3. So fully extend the left leg back, reach the chest forward, and then maybe reaching the hands forward for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bend to the right leg. Let the left toes touch down very lightly for a nice lunging position. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, open, warrior 2. Good. Finding that nice stance for warrior 2. Check in, you want to have heel to arch alignment or heel to heel alignment. So if you were to draw a line straight back from your front heel, it would intersect with your back arch or the back heel. You choose. Shoulders above the hips, not leaning forward or back, nice and stacked. And then we'll move into Trikonasana. So now, reaching forward, turn the palms, move your arms. Good, hot triangle pose, big pose. Look up or look down. Steady gaze, steady breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Inhale, warrior 2. Straighten the front leg, pivot the toes. Good. We'll take another forward fold here. This time you can take whatever you like. I'll offer a nice chest expansion. So interlace your fingers behind you. And getting that nice interlace. See if you can get all your hands to touch. So palms touched up all the way to the base. And then inhale, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, hands away from the lower back as you fold. See if you can visualize the hands one day touching the ground overhead. Good. If your hands are interlaced behind you, keep them interlaced. Just release the hands to the lower back and then release the interlace. Take your hands to the ground. Inhale, think of a halfway lift. Really lift the head, reach the heart forward, shoulders retract. Bring the hands to the hips, and then inhale, lift yourself all the way up. Good. Let's come back to warrior 2 on the right side. So right toes point, right knee bends, arms out. Good, we're gonna hold this warrior 2, feeling it in the legs. Widen your stance. Everybody can widen your stance a little bit, I bet. Good, keep the shoulders stacked above the waist. No leaning forward here, no leaning into the future. Stay grounded in this moment. Looking over the right middle finger for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale, reach the right arm up, reverse warrior. Exhale, circle the hands down. Last vinyasa flow of class. It's optional as always. You can meet in down dog or child's pose. In fact, after you're done with your flow, let's all meet back in child's pose. So just relaxing the sits bones towards the heels, slinking over the bent legs. Take a splash of water if you need. And then relax into your nice child's pose. Good, and then notice in child's pose, how does the breath move through your body? Does it feel the same or does it feel different than when you're standing? Maybe it's hard to notice, but just try. Notice, feeling where the breath lands. When you take that inhale, what part of your body naturally wants to fill up? You can let that be natural and continue without any real effort of sending the breath into any specific place, just noticing where it wants to go. Or if that feels difficult, it might be a little bit easier to consciously breathe into the belly. So as you inhale, see if you can feel your low belly ballooning outward and even touching the thighs, like pressing into the thighs as you inhale. And then as you exhale, it gently softens away from the thighs. And taking a few more breaths here, mindful breaths, presence. All right, we're gonna do Anahatasana, or puppy dog pose, or heart melting pose. A beautiful opener for the chest, the armpits, and the upper back. So keep the legs more or less how they are, especially the lower legs. And then we'll begin lifting the hips off the feet as you inch the hands forward. Keep your head low. You can keep your forehead on the mat. Maybe your lips come to the mat, or even your chin if you're open, if your neck doesn't object. But keep your chest sinking towards the ground, targeting a stretch in the upper back and the armpits. So just go as far as you need to feel a nice opening sensation through the upper back, around the shoulders and the armpits. Good, and then see if you can keep your arms where they are, sort of claw your fingertips into the mat and pull yourself forward into Sphinx pose. So allow the pelvis, the belly to rest down, let the legs just relax, and then take the elbows right underneath the shoulders or maybe slightly out in front of the shoulders. And then the forearms can be parallel, palms facing down, or you can enlist the fingers together. We'll take a few shrugs of the shoulders here, kind of like we did at the beginning of the class, letting them shrug up and then pulling them back and then down. And so with that downward motion, as we let the shoulders go down, really we're just lifting the heart. So you can think about shrugging the shoulders up, pulling them back, and then push the elbows into the mat to lift the heart through the arms. Take a few more rounds like that, shrugging the shoulders up, and then just feeling the heart lift and sort of pull forward through the arms. Good. As you're ready, when you feel complete with that, just relax down onto the mat. Take a cheek to the mat and release your body for a moment. Just relax completely. Feel the muscles get soft. Feel the weight of your body landing on the ground, being supported by the ground. All right, Bhujangasana, Shalabhasana, and Dhanurasana, the spinal strengtheners. Cobra pose, locust pose, and bow pulling pose, floor bow. So for Cobra pose, we'll start with, bring your chin to the center of the mat and take your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows in towards the body. They're gonna wanna splay out to the sides, get them in towards the body. And that is something that you're gonna wanna keep focusing on throughout the pose, pulling the elbows closer and closer in, and that'll facilitate some nice opening through the upper back. Chin down, feet together, exhale. Inhale, cobra pose. Strong, strong legs, glutes, and lower back for this pose. Not pushing into the hands, just using the strength of the arms to pull the elbows in, and then using the strength of the lower body to lift the head and chest. For 3, and for 2, and 1. Relax. Take the opposite cheek to the mat. For 1, inhale, and 1, exhale. Good. Shalabhasana. Bring your chin back to center. Tee out the arms straight out from your shoulder joints like airplane wings. Zip up the legs together to touch. Exhale. Inhale, everything lifts for locust pose. Legs, arms, head, chest, everything off the ground. Keep breathing and keep your face relaxed. Don't let your eyes open up too wide. Just relax the jaw, the eyebrows, the whole face. Lift the arms a little bit more. Keep breathing. If you want to stay, you can stay. If you want more, interlace the fingers behind you. Pull the knuckles towards the feet. Separate the feet and lift the legs as high as you can. Get the thighs off the ground for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Take a cheek to the mat for 1, inhale. 1, exhale. Dhanurasana, floor bow. Bring your chin to center. Bend your knees. Reach back for your feet. Try to catch the ankles or the tops or the outside edges of the feet. Good. Walk the knees closer towards each other. Again, take a big exhale. Open mouth. Push all your air out. And then inhale, strong legs. Kick your hands back, and then the hands pull the shoulders back, opening the chest. So it's all from the legs. Feel it in the legs, kicking the feet into the hands. Keep the face relaxed. Keep the breath alive for 5, 4, 3. Give it your all. Lift, kick for 2, and 1. Now slowly, slowly release. Build strength even on the way out. Go slow. Take the opposite cheek to the mat and take a real breather this time. Just relaxing. Again, the arms and the legs go limp. Feeling maybe the heart beating into the mat. If it feels intense, just enjoy. How often do we get on the floor and start bending backwards? It's not very often, right? So just enjoy these new sensations. Good. If you need to, you can flip your head so you get an even stretch in both sides of the neck. Otherwise, just stay as you are for a few more breaths. Maybe you visualize or feel the belly expanding into the ground as you inhale, and then softening into the ground as you exhale. And take your last breath here. A full inhale, big breath in, sip it in, sip it in, sip it in. And then relax, open mouth, let it go. Good, bring your chin back to center, hands under the shoulders, push yourself up and back into a seat. We're gonna prepare for Ustrasana camel pose. It'll be the biggest back bend that we do. So we just did those nice spinal strengtheners, feeling nice and ready, and be mindful of your spine. Like I said, this is a big pose, and the back bends are really always big poses, especially the further we get away from the floor, the more, not risk necessarily, but the less stable that the back bend is. So the more we have to listen to our body and really honor what the body is saying. So as you're ready, come up into Ustrasana legs. So up into a kneeling position. Take your two fists together, and this width is how far we want the knees apart from one another. So 2 fist width distance apart. Take your hands to your lower back or to your hips. I like to take the hands like this, just like I'm standing with my hands on my hips. Some people like to take the fingertips face down. Some people even like to take the fingertips face up. So you can explore, experiment with that, see what feels good. And then we'll all just push the hips slightly forward so they're really stacked directly above the knees, hips above the knees. Keep that, where no matter where you go with the upper body, the hips stay above the knees. That's super important. And then we can look up. You can pull the elbows towards each other behind you, and this is camel pose. You're all doing it right now. Feeling the stretch. Focus on the front side of the body. So as you push the hips forward, feel the stretch in the tops of the legs, across the tummy, rib cage, the chest, even in the throat. If you have the space and if your body allows for it, go ahead and come back. One hand at a time, catching onto your heels. You can let your head go all the way back. Again, it's important that we keep the hips forward above the knees. And just breathe into your variation wherever you are. See if you can take 2 more full inhales and full exhales. Good. As you're ready to release, hands come back to the lower back. Push your tailbone down to lift your upper body. And then take the knees and heels back together. Take a seat. Try to stay seated up tall. We don't want to collapse. Try to stay lifted. The chest is lifting. The shoulders are relaxing. Big pose, camel pose. Feel it. Let it settle in for a moment. Where does that pose still resonate in your body? Even after you come out, where can you still feel that pose? Likely in the lower back. If that is the case, just send the breath into the lower back. Spreading the sensation through the spine, through the hips even. Good. Open the eyes if they're closed, and we'll come down onto our sits bones. So you can take the legs out from underneath you to the side, or maybe you have a different way you like to get there. But we're going to move into Janu Shirshasana with some other hip opening variations. So starting with this right leg out long, take the left foot to the inner right thigh, wiggle some flesh out from underneath your sits bones. Inhale, reach up. Turn to the right and exhale, forward fold. Janu Shirshasana, feeling a nice stretching sensation in the left side of the lower back. Good. And then come up just a little bit, not all the way, maybe like a halfway lift. And then keep your left hand on your right foot or on your right ankle, whatever you got. Left hand to the right leg. And then the right hand is going to push into the ground. See if you can take your right foot with you as you come up to a seat. And then we're going to cradle the baby here for some nice opening through the hips. So take your right foot into the left elbow and the knee into the right elbow. And then grab hands to hands. Long spine here, so the chest is lifting, the shoulders are relaxing back. And then you can rock and roll a little bit. Another variation is to come back onto the side of the right hip. Ooh, this one was big for me today. You might find a nice sweet spot, and you can use the ground, use your mat as a sort of massage therapist. Just let the earth pull some tension out of that hip. Good. Come back up to a seat, and then we'll find Sukhasana or Ardha Padmasana. So for Ardha Padmasana, that's half lotus pose, just take the right foot and place it on top of the left and relax like this. Or for Sukhasana, our seated meditation pose, take the right foot, place it in front of the left. So just a simple cross-legged position. And then we'll take an inhale here, Interlace the fingers behind you or grab hold of opposite elbows. And then exhale, just forward fold. Let the head go wherever it goes. It doesn't have to touch the ground. Good. Inhale, lift yourself up. Relax your elbows, relax your arms. And then we'll take it over to the other side. So extend your left leg out long. And then the right foot comes to the inner left thigh. Wiggle the flesh out from underneath your sits bones. Get a nice connection. Inhale, reach the arms up. Twist to the left. Exhale, forward fold right over that left leg. So now we feel it in the right side of the lower back as we do this nice forehead to knee stretch. Maybe you make the forehead to knee connection. Maybe today is not the day. That's okay. And take one more breath here. A full inhale all the way in. Stay here. Exhale all the way out. Good. And now your right hand stays on the left foot or on the left leg or ankle. Left hand pushes into the ground. Inhale, take your foot with you and come into this cradle to baby position. Take your left foot into the right elbow, left knee into the left elbow. And then try to sit up tall. So a lot of times we have a tendency to round the spine, like I said. Try to keep the shoulders back, the chest lifting. The heart is pulling through forward, closer to, or the heart is more forward than the arms. So the heart is really pulling through. Good, maybe taking the left hand back, come onto the elbow, roll around on that left hip a little bit. Always with breath, always with breath. Good, lift yourself back up. Give it one more good squeeze. And then we'll take that same variation that we did on the first side. So if you took half lotus, just allow the left foot or the left leg to rest on top. If you took Sukhasana, that cross-legged, now we'll take the left foot in front. And then reach back behind you, interlace or grab opposite elbows. And then whichever way you automatically went, switch it up. So take the opposite forearm on top. Whichever way feels a little funky. Inhale, lift. Exhale, folding down. Look forward as you fold, and then once you're down, you can close your eyes. Good. With your next natural inhale, go ahead and release. Lift yourself up. Release your arms. Release your legs. You can shake them out a little bit. Get the wiggles out. And then take a moment before we go down onto our backs, just leaning back into the hands. Nice casual little position here. You can let the shoulders shrug up. Just close your eyes. Notice how you feel. Notice how the body feels. Notice any impacts on your mood. Maybe you compare this little body scan to the body scan that we did in the beginning of class. And just notice. Good, and then as you're ready, let's come down onto our backs for a Shavasana. Or a couple more postures, just quick ones, and then we'll get into our Shavasana. And pull the right knee in. It's exactly 9:30 right now, so we're just going to do one more little digestive twist, and then we'll take Shavasana. So pulling that right knee in, really pull it in, give it a good squeeze, and then exhale. Left hand takes the right knee to the left side of the body. Tee up the right arm and look to the right. Take 3 breaths. Stay mindful and present. Count these 3 breaths. Good. Taking your time with those 3 breaths. There's no rush. If I'm going faster than your breath, then wait for your breath. Once you're done with those 3 breaths, come back through center. Let's switch it up. So pull the left knee in, right leg extends long. Give it a big, big squeeze as hard as you can. Use your arm strength. Squeeze that left knee in. And then exhale, right hand guides the left knee across to the right side of the body. Tee up the left arm and look to the left. Again, counting, feeling, and being 100% present for 3 cycles of breath. Good. When that third exhale is finished, bring yourself back through center. Good. Before we go to final Shavasana, we'll give ourselves one last squeeze so both knees can pull in, and maybe you take a happy baby. Feel free to roll around a little bit, centering, neutralizing the spine, and then bring yourself into final Shavasana, relaxing the arms and legs. We'll just take a few moments for our Shavasana. I encourage you, if you have the time, I know we went a little bit over this morning, but if you have the time, hang out here just for a few moments. Relax the body, tuck the chin slightly, relax the eyeballs, relax the eyebrows, forehead, the jaw. Relax the breath and enjoy the absorption of your practice. We'll just be here for 60 more seconds, relaxing as deeply as possible. Begin to deepen your breath. You can inhale through your nose, open your mouth, big exhale. Keep breathing like that, deepening it. Incorporating some movement now, so wiggle the fingers, the toes. You can knock the head side to side a little bit. Try to keep the eyes closed for the rest of practice. As you're ready, roll on over to one side. Find yourself in the fetal position and notice just the feelings of shifting from your back onto your side. What comes up? And with your eyes closed, with your face relaxed, using as little effort as possible, push yourself up into a comfortable seat. Again, if it feels comfortable, eyes are closed. Good. bring your hands to heart center as you're ready. I'd like to thank each of you for showing up and sharing your practice and continuing to support me and the Sweaty Buddha. It's truly so amazing to be able to see all of you continuing your practice with us. So thank you. I wish you health, I wish you happiness, and I wish that you live your life with ease. And that is my prayer for each of you and my prayer for myself. Namaste.